Hey, what's going on, BrewTube? It's your host Shannon Harris, aka the Brew Brother, and you are tuning in to another beer review here in Mi Casa. Thank you for tuning in to my YouTube. I really appreciate everyone who tunes in. I hope everyone is subscribed to my YouTube so you can stay up to date with my beer reviews and also my new YouTube slash BrewTube series, Brewing Tube, where I would do on the spot beer reviews at local spots such as bars, restaurants, breweries, all that cool stuff. There's a few episodes already loaded and ready to go, so please make sure you check those out and like them. Tonight, I am going to be sipping on the Vanilla Bean Midnight Lightning. This is from Tioga Sequoia. They are in California, actually located in Fresno, California. They did these beers probably about a year ago, last April or May. There's about 3 variants. They have the regular bourbon barrel Midnight Lightning. They have a mocha variant, and then there's the vanilla variant. I also think there might be a coffee. I could be wrong. Got to double check that. There's the cap on that. That is Tioga Sequoia Brewing Company. And again, this is Midnight Lightning, the vanilla bean variant, which is with the white wax. I already removed the wax from the cap just to make it easier for this video. Also going to be drinking this beer to give my somewhat review of it out of my music and beer glass. Shout out to my boy Jeff Ross, aka the founder and owner of Hip Hopped. That is hip hop and brewing all rolled into one. So make sure you check them out and show your support. Now let's get into this beer now that I got the wax all peeled off. I've been sitting on this beer for almost a year. It's always been eyeing me every time I walk into my cellar to decide what type of beers I'm going to be drinking for the evening during a share or personally. And it's a beer that I always have my eye on after already drinking the mocha and the regular variant. I think that it's an amazing offering from Tioga Sequoia. But here I am doing it tonight for a special review. Let's go ahead and get into a pour. So this is a vanilla bean stout, so it's definitely gonna pour dark, as you can see. There's a real dark color, very nice. Nice thick head residual that's sticking around real nicely. About 1.5, almost 2 fingers length of a head is sticking around. Nice little legs on the beer. Real good color. Smells extremely of bourbon, so I don't know if by aging and sitting on this beer has awakened the bourbon character that's in this beer or made it fall off, but hopefully it's not too overpowering and we can still get that vanilla character. Right now on the nose, I'm smelling nothing but straight booze and bourbon. It's a little intimidating, I would say, for those who are not fancied by bourbon barrel-aged beers or those who may be new. This beer might not be up to your liking, but from the aroma, I love it. I'm a big bourbon barrel-aged stout, especially during the winter or cool weather seasons. It's a great beer to warm you up when it's very chilly outside. Unfortunately, this evening, it is very warm in Texas, but I'm really loving it. Now that I'm letting it sit more and the head is sitting better, I'm going to turn the glass around so you can see Hip Hopped. Got some beats by Dre's on, I'm just joking, on some hops, and it's all about music and beer. Shout out to my boy Jeff Ross for this one. But now the head is subsiding a little bit, falling off, and I'm still getting a lot of that bourbon character in the nose, but I'm starting to get like this real chocolate aroma out of it too, and I can kind of smell the vanilla beans more too. Really nice nose on it. Let's go in for a taste. Cheers, everyone out there watching. Oh my goodness. So I must say I am highly surprised on the way that this beer has turned out. So my cellaring conditions for this particular beer has not been on ice or in proper cellaring conditions. Let's see if they say on here. 13.5% ABV, 70 in IBUs. SRM is 45 degrees, and it's 1 pint of a beer. They say drink or cellar at 55 degrees. I must say for the last year, this beer has been cellared more averagely around 65 to 72 degrees in that whole time frame. I did place it in the fridge just yesterday, so it's only been chilling for about 24 hours at about 36 degrees, but it's really very proper of how this beer is turning out right now. From the sip that I just took, and I'm gonna take another because it's so damn delicious. The bourbon is very subtle. It's kind of more in the nose, so it's a little scary up front, but in taste, you don't really taste the bourbon, but you can get a little bit of that kickback from the bourbon barrel heat. It's mostly straight vanilla. It actually reminds me of a marshmallow dipped into a glass of bourbon. Like, it's very sweet with the vanilla. There's a lot of lactose sugar, little kick that I'm getting out of this beer, but it's also a nice fight back with the bourbon. Even though the bourbon is more subtle, you don't really get the presence of it. The vanilla is really overpowering. Not overpowering in a bad way at all, but it's very freaking damn delicious right now. Again, Vanilla Bean Midnight Lightning. To my knowledge, I'm not too sure if they did the variants many times, but with this particular variant, to my knowledge, this was the first time they did it, and that was last year, I think April or May-ish. They may have done it many times before, but I'm not too sure. But I know Midnight Lightning, the original version, the Bourbon Barrel Aged Midnight Lightning, may have been released before in the past. But right now, this beer is fire. If you are lucky enough to have this beer in your possession, there were only 480 bottles of this beer made. Little notes that they have written on the side is 2016 Barrel Aged Vanilla Midnight Lightning is a blend of 3 Stranahan whiskey barrels filled with Midnight Lightning and Madagascar vanilla beans aged for 12 months. The vanilla beans and the vanilla notes from the bourbon and oak marry together perfectly, creating this rich and decadent stout. Bourbon, vanilla, and toasted marshmallow flavors are bursting throughout the aroma and in every sip. And that's what I was pretty much tasting and describing before I even read that. Didn't even know that note was there until today, but only 480 bottles, so a limited bottle. Straight marshmallow and vanilla bomb with the little heat of bourbon. It all intertwines together perfectly. I'm not a big fan of s'mores, but goddamn it, if s'mores taste like this, I would be a fan. Thank you all for tuning in for another one of my beer reviews here on BrewTube. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and stay up to date for everything that I'm posting. That's going to wrap up my review for the Vanilla Bean Midnight Lightning from Tioga Sequoia out of Fresno, California. I hope you enjoyed this review. Until next time, cheers.